You know I'm right. The podcast that uncovers the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, entertainment, entrepreneurship, and so much more. Nick Durst here along with Joe Calabrese. And Joe, when our listeners and viewers ask for something, we always tend to deliver. You know us, if you listen and watch into our show, we've had all the big names on in sports and media and entertainment and reality TV. A lot of The Challenge and Big Brother, Bachelor, Bravo shows. But as of late, people have been asking us for some survivors. So this is going to be now our third guest from the survivor sphere. And he joins the list as one of the many Canadians have been on the podcast as well.
Absolutely. As everybody knows, you and I, big New York sports fans, big New York hockey fans, huge Knicks fans, amazing
Yeah.
hat. But we are very happy to start having more Survivor guests and interview people on with us because, again, for the longest time, we've been huge on reality TV. And, recently we did a podcast collaboration and we were at the Over the Edge Celebrity Weekend event back in December in Orlando. And the Survivor fans are unbelievable. They show out in droves. And we're very, very happy to have this guest on with us. I believe he might have reached out to us. I think he could talk a little bit more about that, but he was recently on Survivor 49. So we welcome to the show, Jake Latimer. I hope I am pronouncing that
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Jake.
You got
What's
that
up,
right, buddy.
man?
How
How
are
are
you, bud?
you? We're good.
I'm
We're
good, man.
good. We're good.
Congrats on your big win last night with the Knicks. That was
Thank you.
incredible to watch, man. I'm not a big basketball guy, but that I was on the edge of my seat watching that. That was crazy.
Yeah, real time, not on this record release, but we're recording this on June 11th, the day after the Knicks
Yeah,
had the biggest comeback in NBA history to win in the NBA Finals. Yeah, we have Jake on here. It was a suggestion by our mutual pal, Josh Sloan, Big Brother
that's right.
Spoilers accounts. He suggested we hook up here, and the rest is history. So let's continue to make that history here. Jake, you are. Well, I mean, you're not a country boy because you're up there up north, but
I'm a country boy.
you're a
I'm a
country
country
boy.
boy.
So you're up at the crack of the dawn with the roosters. So I'm curious, what's the first app you check on your phone every day?
It's the Weather Network, man. So I'm actually back home in Saskatchewan right now. I'm just helping a family friend out farming for the summertime here. So I'm up at the crack of dawn and I check the weather app, man, see if we're gonna get any rain in the forecast. But yeah, that's that's the first app I look at, buddy. But yeah, up in Saskatchewan, man, we've had good seeding weather, and yeah, it's good.
What
Everything's
kind
good.
of crops are we looking at here? What's it like being a farmer?
Yeah, this year we got about just over 6,000 acres of wheat, canola, and lentils. So,
Wow.
I mean, it's fun work. I used to farm about 6 years ago, and then I got into corrections up in Edmonton, Alberta. And now I'm just back, helping out for the summer. Obviously, we have our new kid Jack's mom and dad have a nice pool in their backyard, so a little bit of help from grandma and grandpa. So it's nice to be back for a bit and see all my old family and friends.
What was it like growing up in Regina, Saskatchewan, and being a lifelong Regina Pats fan?
Yes,
It's Regina, dude.
Regina. Yeah, I didn't want to correct
Regina?
you, but you were trying hard.
Come on,
Yeah,
didn't you
no.
learn from Julie Stewart Binks when we had her
So
on? She said
so yeah,
It's
We had her
Regina.
on like 5 years ago.
That's something that sticks with you because when she was like, it's Regina, it rhymes with something else, and then
yeah.
You remember that? I honestly, I don't remember that. Regina, Saskatchewan. So what was it like growing up in Regina, Saskatchewan? A little
I
different than Nick and I in New York, New York.
Yeah, no. Listen, I loved. I was just in New York for the first time for the season 49 premiere. Sorry, the season 50 premiere, and I just couldn't imagine. Like it was the buildings and the sirens, and like it was just so. It was a lot for me growing up in Regina. It's a small city. You can get anywhere in the city in 15 minutes in rush hour. So it was nice to grow up. There's not a lot to do here, especially in the wintertime. But it was great to grow up here. It's nice to be back. Regina Pats. I actually used to be the water boy for the Regina Pats for like 5 or 6 years when I started to become the same age as the players. So I had to kind of shut that down. But yeah, the Pats are great. The Saskatchewan Roughriders, we're going to their home opener here on Saturday. So It's a cool place to live, man. It's not for everyone, but I like the small town vibes. I have nothing bad to say about this place.
Yeah, and you got to see Connor Bedard before he became
Yeah,
a big thing, right? So go
yeah.
Pats.
The tickets price went way up for the Pats when he was playing too. So it was, yeah, he's a great player, man. He's gonna do big things in the NHL.
Some injury history, but yeah, for sure. It's supposed to be the next big thing. We'll see what happens. When did you start first playing hockey? Obviously, every kid in Canada, even though the nation's sport is lacrosse, is
Yeah.
playing hockey. And you thought you were going to have a pro career. You actually went to Australia at
Hmm.
the ripe age of 18, the land down
Hmm.
under, to play hockey. So talk to us about your hockey origins.
Yeah, yeah. So I was actually in skates before I could walk. So dad would be pushing me around like the local frozen pond just across the street when I was like one, maybe. Like I just sit on a chair or he'd hold me and push me. So I was actually skating before I was walking to say the least. But yeah, hockey's a big thing. I grew up playing super high level. Jordan Eberle, the captain for Seattle, used to be on Edmonton. Me and him were on the same line for 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
Um, so yeah, I grew up playing with
Now
some
we
big
know why
names.
Jordan's so good. You learned from his
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
teammate.
No, Jordan was always like just exceptionally better than everyone else on the team. Like I think he beat Wayne Gretzky's novice records when he played down here, like 200 goals in a season or something stupid. But he was always the best. But yeah, I had a lot of injuries in my midget year, and yeah, I just decided I got offered to go and play pro hockey in Australia, and my sisters both live there. So
Wow.
I jumped on a plane and went down and got injured there pretty quickly. And yeah, then met my wife, and the rest is history,
Oh,
right?
so your
So
wife's Australian.
she is, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And
She's from Tasmania.
so how was it
How
as
about
far
that?
as figuring out, we gotta be living in Canada, we're gonna stay in Australia. How'd that work?
Yeah, so I met her. So I was actually with. I got quite the story in Australia, but after hockey, I was with a different girl. We split up after about 4 years, and then I started doing the male dancing, the male stripping, as you saw
Oh,
on the
Chipping
show.
Dales.
Yeah, I did that for a bit. So I met Louise, my wife, at the end of that, and I only we were only together for I think 2 months, and my visa was running out because I was on working visas, I was on entertainment visas, I was on any visa you could expect, right? And it was running out, and I said, I'd love for this to keep going, but like I gotta leave the country. Like I can't, I'm not gonna overstay a visa. I like this place too much. I want to come back. And I said, if you want to keep this going, you got to come. And she did. She came about a month later, and she's been here since 2017 now. So yeah, it's kind of kidnapped her from her own country, but she enjoys it. She hates wintertime because it's so fucking cold up here. But yeah, it's
But yeah,
yeah.
winter is
Well,
is
yeah, I was gonna
brutal.
say Nick and I hate winter in New York. I can't imagine being in Canada for a winter.
Oh, dude, it's and people think I'm lying. So like you guys are in the Fahrenheit, we're Celsius, but -40 is where Fahrenheit and Celsius meet. So -40 Fahrenheit is -40 Celsius, and we get to about the coldest we get is like -55
Oof.
Celsius. So I don't know what the coldest in New York is, but it's like bone chilling. Like you can't go outside for more than 30 seconds without some sort of skin freezing. So
Yeah, we don't quite get to that. So
what's the
that's
coldest you guys have had? I'm actually curious. Like what's the
well,
coldest day that you remember on record in New
I mean,
York?
there was a few days this year that are pretty brutal, but I would say, and if I do the conversion here, I remember in 2000, like 15, 16-ish, we had a few like -3 Fahrenheit days. So it's probably like -19 degrees Celsius.
And that's with the wind and the wind chill,
Well, that's
you
the
Boys,
know?
wind chill makes it worse, but
Right.
you got to come. You boys got to come visit me middle of January. Then you'll see what cold is.
yeah, let's go check out the farm in January.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
So, so I'm curious, Jake, with your child, Australian accent, Canadian accent.
He's just starting to talk. So he's a year
Okay.
old. He's got the dad and mom, so
Yeah.
there's not much of an accent there.
So to
It's
be
going to be
determined.
Canadian. It's going
Yeah.
to be Canadian. Obviously Louise, my wife, she still her accent's very strong still. But he also listens to my mom and dad, grandma and grandpa. So there's a lot more Canadian around him
Definitely.
than I'm Australian. But I think the plan is in the future, once I kind of finish up with all the TV kind of stuff, then the plan is to go back to Australia, um, And yeah, then maybe he'll switch to an Australian accent.
And what you got to do is you got to have two residences, and then when it's summer,
Cold. Yeah,
obviously it's the reverse. So for when it's
yeah,
winter in Canada, you go to the summer in Australia, and then when it's winter in
100%.
Australia, you come for the summer up
Yeah,
up in the
flying's
fall.
not cheap though. Flying's not. I need
I
to win that
know.
$1 million on Survivor first, and then we'll talk about
Yeah.
that.
Well, you never know what could be in the future. But since you mentioned the male dancing, obviously you need to have
Yeah, okay. I shouldn't have said anything.
a strong physique for that. So I'm curious if my buddy Joe here
Oh yeah,
came
he's.
to train with you, how long would it take for you to get him into dancing shape?
It depends. Are we going all natural, or are you gonna get on the sauce a little bit?
Oh,
The
no, no,
only
no,
sauce he's
natural.
going on is that macaroni
The
pasta
barbecue
sauce.
sauce.
It's
No,
sauce,
man.
not gravy.
You know what? It's that's funny you asked that. It does take a long time to. I've always kind of been blessed with having that athletic build. Like growing up playing hockey, being a part of the gym, I played every football,
And
soccer,
you're a farm
lacrosse.
boy, so you're always dealing with
Yeah,
equipment
like every.
and you're
Yeah,
lifting shit, and it's just natural to you.
it is natural. So I kind of just lucked out with after the hockey was finished and the breakup happened, and I just kind of got called to do this show, and then yeah, then you train with the boys, like they're big boys, and then it's just kind of easy. It was super hard on me though. It's a party lifestyle, so you're drinking every single night. We did 282 shows a year, like
Wow.
roughly on average. Um, and yeah, you're drinking every night, you're partying every night because after the show's done, that's not the end of the night. You got to go to the after party at the local bar or tavern, and then girls come and pay money to have drinks with you, and it was really
Crazy.
really hard on the body, and that's kind of at the end of the day why I had to shut it down because it was a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, but your body can only take so much of that, and then it's pretty bad. So I had my fun. I wouldn't change it for the world. But yeah, my time was over for that. So
All right, now we got the big question coming up. Are you an Oilers fan or are you a Flames fan?
all right, so
Oh
God,
no.
I gotta watch what I say.
The
So I
Seattle
live in
Kraken
Edmonton.
fan.
So listen, so I got absolutely roasted in Edmonton after my exit on Survivor. There was a picture that if you watch that episode, there's a little thing where Jake got home to make it time for his birth, and there's me and Jack standing there in a Leafs jersey. We both have a little Leafs jersey on, and I got absolutely ruined in Edmonton on all the radio stations and stuff, and living in Edmonton and being a Leafs fan. So I am a Leafs fan. However, living in Edmonton, you have to cheer for the Oilers. Like they're a great team. They got the best player in the world, Connor McDavid, who's actually a big Survivor fan as well. I slid into his DMs a couple times, never heard anything back, but yeah. But yeah, I'm a Leafs fan, and then Oilers has got to be my second pick. So I'm gonna get blasted for this again, but I got to stay true to my roots.
Well, I figured with the Everlake connection, right? But you are a Leafs fan, so like us being a Knicks fan,
Yeah,
we can share in the misery, right?
yeah,
What
yeah.
do you
I mean,
think? What do you think of this situation with Toronto? Quick, Marner moves on to Las Vegas. They have a run now where the Stanley Cup is still going on in Vegas. What do you think the Leafs need to do if there's anything?
oh, dude,
If you could do one thing in particular at the moment besides nail the draft pick because they have the first overall pick coming
yeah.
up. What one other thing in
What do I
particular
think?
do you think they need to do to kind of get back to where they were the last 10
Trade for
years or
Yeah,
Connor
so, where they're in the
McDavid.
yeah. There you
right
go. So Gavin McKenna's coming in. Obviously, that they're going to take him. I mean, Somberg's I think the other one that they're looking at, but
Stenberg?
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But McKenna's the pick. He's the pick. He's 100% going to Toronto. They got to get rid of Matthews. I used to be a Matthews fan. He didn't look good to me last year. He doesn't seem like he cares. Get rid of him. Open up some room for Connor McDavid. McDavid wants to play for Toronto. He's from the Richmond Hill, Newmarket area.
Right.
That's his childhood team. I think he'd sign in an instant. I got to be very careful what I say too, because I've had this on another podcast where I've mentioned McDavid going to the Leafs, and I once again got blasted by all the Edmontonians. But yeah, I don't know. They just got to make some big moves. Um, but yeah, it depends on the money and what happens with Matthews. And I'm happy for Marner. I like the kid. Playing in Vegas now. He's about 2 games away from winning the Stanley Cup, and I hope he does it. I'm cheering. I don't know. I'm cheering for Carolina too. I don't really care, but I'd like to see Marner win a cup.
Joe, how about a big trade of Austin Matthews and something else for McDavid?
Could be like Austin Willie,
Right.
Austin Willie, and you could almost give you that first round draft pick up and get McKenna, right? Like McDavid's
That might be a
he
little too much.
yeah,
Too
but
much. I
McDavid
mean,
he was just
Matthews
he'd be a
isn't that far
star.
behind McDavid, the
I don't know.
veteran.
Matthews looked terrible this year. And I'm a
He
Leafs
took
fan. He looked terrible.
I was gonna say he took a step back. He's still an upper echelon player, upper echelon center, but there are three or four guys who are just in a different stratosphere. One of them plays for the Oilers, and again, he has a hometown connection to that team. So,
Yeah.
listen, if the Knicks can go from being the laughing stock of the league less than 10 years ago, the Leafs do have a little bit of success, only one first, second round appearance, but there's still a lot of talent to work with there. So, as a hockey guy, we love having the ability to talk hockey. We don't have too many people on who could do that for us.
Yeah.
So we
So, question about the
appreciate
Knicks
that.
for you too.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing for the next game? Because it's away, right?
I'll be sitting on my couch.
You're not going to join those millions of people on, Times Square there. Where do they all
Uh,
stand? Outside
Joe,
Madison Square
Joe's
Garden?
gonna
I
probably
went.
be he'll probably be at Madison Square Garden for the watch party.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
went. Yeah, we went
Did
for the first two games. We went to the watch party. It was great. And
didn't
then
Trump shut down the third one or something like
yes,
that?
they put
No,
TS.
there's two different things you're talking about. So the watch party is when there's the road games. So they
They're
open
in
up
Madison.
the inside Madison Square
Yeah.
Garden. So that was
Gotcha.
with just a TSA thing to get into the building. And then, not to get too political here, but
No, no.
something with that, and also the mayor here and the NYPD, they decided let's not have the watch party
No.
outside. And then for this, like the game last night, they just followed suit because the previous game, which when the president was there, they had a watch party at Bryant Park, which is a park,
Yeah.
not too far away, and they had to arrest 21 people. So
Good. So people still had a place to go and watch it, which is nice.
I
yeah,
mean, they're projecting the game onto buildings. So bars have it,
I
restaurants
saw a
have it.
couple. Yeah.
Listen, you can't walk a
New York
block
City
without
is
it.
making
Yeah.
a lot of money right now off the Knicks
Oh, I
run,
love
and
it.
the NBA is making a lot of money. It's a real shame there's no Western Canada basketball team.
I know. I mean, they were talking about bringing Vancouver back,
The
right?
Grizzlies.
Which would be nice. And then I think Montreal was put a bid in too to make something happen. But you never know, man. I don't really believe anything until it's done,
The
right? So
travel is just too rough. Would be too
yeah,
rough. Maybe Montreal.
I don't think Regina's ever going to get a team though.
What's your do you have an NFL team you follow?
Buffalo.
Bills. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
he's a
mean
Bills
they're
fan.
close. Like I was born in Niagara Falls, so it's right across the pond there, right? So
Right.
and Bills, they just have a great fan base. Like even what
Definitely.
doesn't matter what sport, like the hockey, the football, like this, just they're fucking crazy. Like I would love to go to any of those sporting events, just to experience what it's like. So yeah, that's probably my
Yeah.
NFL pick. I'm guessing you guys are Giants, Jets.
I'm the Giants fan and Joe is the Jets fan.
I'm
Oh,
the
nice.
miserable one. That's
Oh
right.
yeah, yeah,
Takes a special kind of person to be a Jets fan, I tell you that.
yeah, yeah. No, that's all right. We'll see what happens this year.
Absolutely. All right. So let's talk about very briefly. You work as a corrections officer. How did that come about for you?
Yeah, I used to work with kids actually. I worked with juveniles that were kind of getting into trouble with the law in a group home, basically. So I had about 10 kids in my care, and we just try to reintegrate them back in society to show them what life is actually about. We take them golfing, and we just try to be like positive role models for them. And I really enjoyed doing that. I really enjoyed trying to like make a difference. And then I figured that getting into corrections you'd be able to do that with adults. However, I got put right into a maximum security prison. I can't talk too much about work, but I got put into a maximum security prison, and those guys are so institutionalized and so involved in the gang life and the drugs. Like there is no changing them, and it's crazy. So I had a goal, and obviously that didn't happen. But I mean, a federal job, you can't go wrong with that. So,
Yeah,
but yeah,
safety.
I still try to help people. Like back in Edmonton, I was running the Special Olympic golf
Yeah.
program. So, just getting the guys out there and golfing and having fun. And so I just try to be part of my community, man, and
Yeah.
try to help out where I can.
Give me your dream foursome for golf. Obviously you and three others.
So that's a tough question because I mean, if you played with like, are you talking about professionals? So
No,
like
I want to hear like some
No.
celebrities, reality
celebs?
stars, politicians.
Oh man. Foursome, hey, Connor McDavid.
All
That
right.
would be a
There,
cool one.
there's the Canada
Uh,
connection. There's the Canada
yeah.
accent too.
You know what? I think I'd have to go all hockey boys just
Okay.
because,
Fair
like,
enough.
look at Biz. I love to golf with Biz and Wit. So there's a foursome right there. So
All
get on the
right.
spit and chicklets, right?
How about you, Joe? What would you go with?
I'm not a golfer, you know that.
Yeah, but you go just to go hang out. I mean, neither of us ever golfed, but
Definitely Charles Barkley
okay.
Oh, yeah,
because
okay.
I need his
That's
comedy. Yeah,
yeah, that's a
there
good
there are
answer.
certain people that you want to meet, right? And you're thinking about the right context to meet them. We're huge pro wrestling fans.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna go
another
with the
one would be
Miz.
The Miz, right? So that's two right off the bat. And I would really have to think about the third one. Uh,
Yeah.
I think I would probably want to do like a major professional. So like maybe like a Dustin Johnson or like a Rory McIlroy or somebody just
But
to kind of mix in.
don't you think you'd just be slowing them down though?
I think
Like
it
you
would
just
be.
like
I would have
you'd
no
feel
interest. I
bad
would have
being
no
there.
interest in golfing with a golfer or playing tennis with a tennis player.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
No.
again, it depends, but I kind of want somebody there who's
All right.
experienced on the tour and has stories like
What
that.
Yeah.
up in Saskatchewan, Jake? What can you golf like 2 weeks out of the year when there's no
No.
snow?
Golf courses are open now. We get till maybe October
Oh, it's
to
pretty good.
golf.
All right.
But yeah, so I mean they're open right now. I've been out for a couple games already this year. But yeah, October depending on the snow. The snow generally hits basically Halloween time. It's either a foot of snow on the ground or it's just about to snow. So it's yeah, middle October. But
So
I got
Halloween through mid-May, freezing
yeah,
cold snow. All right.
yeah,
What a way to
yeah.
live. I was a little surprised that Survivor, the U.S. version, is a thing up in Canada. So how did you first get into the show, and how did you ultimately end up on the show?
Yeah, so if you watch my pregame stuff, I my family watched Survivor. It used to be on Thursday nights back in the day. And from season one when Richard Hatch won, and me and my little brother would watch with mom and dad before we went to bed. Because I think it was on at like 7 o'clock till eight,
What
the hour
channel is it on in
episodes.
Canada? CBC?
Global TV.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And
we grew up.
Is there a Canadian version or just the
There's a Survivor Quebec,
okay.
a Quebec Survivor, but I've never seen it. You have to speak French to be on it. I've met a
Ah,
couple of the contestants on it at Bryce and Wen's parties, but yeah, I don't think I could apply for that one. Like, I think you need to be very fluent in French. But anyways, yeah, grew up watching it with mom and dad, and it was just kind of a staple of our family. It was something we looked forward to every week. It was a night that me and my brother could stay up a little bit later. Me and my brother would do challenges like running up and down the stairs with like holding two jugs of milk on our like, and whoever won that got a dessert. So Survivor kind of was just a family staple. And then fast forwarding to like today, I think I was sitting at work one night and I saw an ad on Instagram like Survivor casting Canadians. They've been casting for 5 or 6, 7 years now, and I just applied online
yeah,
just
someone
out of
from the
boredom.
country to get behind.
Yeah, I was just no, it was honestly out of boredom. I was sitting at work. I was on a night shift. I think it was like 2 in the morning, and anyways, just applied and got a call back saying they loved my story, but my video was terrible. Caitlin Moore from Boston there, and then she's like, "But we really like you," and we just worked at it, and I got through the whole process, and I never thought I'd be casted. Not one bone in my body thought I had a chance of making this show, and then it got like more real and more real. And I remember I was down in Florida with my family. I had a psychological evaluation and then on Skype. And after that was done, they said, "Yeah, you did good. We're gonna call you. Your next process is like the interview and the swim test, and that's it." And I'm like, "Holy shit! Like I'm at the finish line right now." And that's when it got real. Then obviously getting the call, it was life changing, and yeah, then you saw what happened on the show. But
So
what a blessing! What
how did you and your wife work it out? Obviously, she's
yeah,
got to
that's a
give
question
birth, and
I haven't really asked. Yeah, so there's been a lot of hate online about it. There's been a lot of people like, how would this fucking asshole leave his wife 9 months pregnant? And I get it. I mean, people are going to think that, but me and my wife did have a very good conversation about it, and she ultimately was the one saying, "You have a chance to win $1 million. I'm good. I got a midwife. Jax is going to be here when you get back. Just bring home that million, and we'll live happily ever after." And so we did have there was lots of tears involved, and I kept saying I was going to bow out, and she's like, "You're going." Um, so that's kind of behind the scenes, what people don't really know. Did I think about it every single day out there? Yes. Did I feel like a piece of shit? I did. But at the same time, that's what I was playing for. That was the motivation to win that game and to make it worth it, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, so it was well, that's a little bit of behind the scenes stuff for you, but she was ultimately my cheerleader and saying, "You go and do this. You go and do this and come back with that money."
You see, Joe, that's what you need in your life.
That's
Supportive
right.
wife who's going to support your
I've
dreams
been
and goals,
waiting. You want
aspirations.
me? He just wants me to date. I need to find the right woman. Sounds
Well,
like you
Yeah.
here's the
found the right
thing. You're
woman.
not going to find the right woman if you don't date at all. So start dating somebody.
Yeah, New York, yeah, how many millions of people you got there, buddy? Come on.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe you can get a nice Canadian girl
Yeah,
or
yeah, maybe.
Australian.
Australian. Come to Australia with me, buddy. I'll be a wingman.
Okay.
There we go. There we
He's gonna get
go.
me into shape, and then he's gonna help
Yeah,
me
do
find my
do
Yeah,
wife.
do one show with the boys, and then you'll be good, buddy. You'll have a few to pick
All
from.
right. All right. I'm in.
excellent. So we know how it ended for you. Serious, serious stuff. Day
Yeah,
6, bitten by a venomous banded sea krait in Fiji. The bright side was you did make it home in time for the birth of your child, but how painful was that? And you know,
yeah.
was production like freaking out? Because I mean, obviously that's not something they are banking on.
It was crazy. It was crazy. So and I've told this story a million times, but when I was sitting in the ocean, I was kind of like meditating, like my wife was beside me, like my dad was there, and I just kept saying like, "We suck, we lost again." I was just kind of talking to them like they were beside me with my eyes shut, and it felt like a crab claw in the bottom of my foot. It didn't hurt, but it just felt like a nibble. And on my eyes, and the snake is there with its mouth wide open, but it didn't hurt. It was just like an uncomfortable thing. So that's when I got up and I'm like, guys, like, come check this out. I think the snake just came and bit me. Its mouth was open on me, but I'd imagine a snake bite like hurting, right? I've never been bit by a snake before. So, and that's kind of when production, I told whoever it was, I don't remember, I said, hey, man, like, because that snake stayed on the beach. And if you watch the episode again, that snake stayed on the beach for, 5, 10 minutes. And all the production people came running out of the jungle that I didn't even know were there, and they came and looked at it, and then radios are going off, and they're like, Jake, we gotta go now. And that's kind of when panic set. So no one told me how venomous this thing was. And I think when I got onto the boat, I heard someone saying like, this is very venomous, like we're going now. They weren't talking to me directly, but I heard it. And
Yeah.
that's when I sat down. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking die on this boat. And you saw me spit, and that's right after I got the news. I'm like, I'm never gonna see my kid again. At this point, Survivor was the last thing on my mind. I'm like, get me to this anti-venom, get me whatever this is, and just I want to get home to see my son. And you could see when I got taken off the stretcher, I don't even remember a lot of this just because there was so much chaos.
Yeah,
But I just
blacked
kept
out.
repeating myself. It was I have a kid coming. I have a kid coming. I have a kid. I didn't care about Survivor at this point,
Exactly.
right? And then after they told me it was a dry bite, now it's like, okay, I'm good. Let's get back in the game. But at that moment, it was just you really understand what life's all about when you have those kind of experiences. And because at that moment I thought I was going to die. I didn't know
Yeah.
there was even such thing as a dry bite. And I would never hope that on anyone to ever go through those feelings, because it's just helplessness. And do I have 5 minutes to live? Do I have 10 minutes? So you actually think you're going to die. And it was just the most terrifying, scary experience I've ever had in my life. And but thank God, I'm alive, and I got home to see the birth of my kid. And it's just a great story at the end of the day, but it was a pretty terrifying thing.
Yeah. Thank God it all worked out. And you know, things
Yeah,
happen.
thanks, man.
And things happen the way it's supposed to happen in some ways. But you got home
Yep.
for your child's birth. But I mean, you're not. I mean, you're a pretty humble guy. But if you don't get bitten by the snake, are you winning Survivor? You going to the end at least?
Yeah, listen, I am humble. I've watched my season a few times, and I know that the game would have changed drastically. I don't think Savannah would have won. I would have seen right through Rizzo. I already had my lines with Alex and Soph. I had alliance with Matt and Juwan after that journey. I was going to come into the merge with like 7 or 8 strong. And yeah, I think I would have made top 5. I don't think I would have won this game, but I think I would have definitely made an impact on who won the game. And I'm happy for Savannah. She's a great person. I love her family. Congratulations that she won. But I think if I was there, the whole game would have been different.
Now, how did your life change after the show aired? Did people start, entering your DMs? Did people kind of recognize you in public a little bit? Because
Yeah.
again, it's like at the top, I told you, Survivor fans are a different breed.
Yep.
We are huge fans of Big Brother, and Big Brother is incredibly popular. And those guys and girls, they get recognized in public too. But Survivor, it's just on a different level. So how did
Yeah.
that all change for you after the show?
It's crazy. It still happens to this day. Like just the other day, I'm like back in Regina here, and we went to this festival called Mosaic, and it's basically like different country pavilions around the city, and you go and try their food. There's entertainment, there's drinks, and as soon as we walked in, I had people coming up for photos and autographs, and like because I'm the first one from Regina ever on the show, first one from Alberta as well, and it's just everywhere I go, I'm getting recognized, and I love it. I do love it. I mean, it's starting to slow down a little bit now. Obviously, 50's over and stuff like that, but it was kind of cool. It was just cool to like be on all these radio interviews and just go to Costco and someone will come up and say, "Oh, this must be Jax," and someone you've never met before, right? So it changed, and it's good. I love it. I can't complain. That's when you sign up for Survivor, you're signing up for that. And to talk about Big Brother, did you see that the Canada one's coming back?
Coming back 2027, I think you'd be a perfect candidate for the show.
I
You got to send that
I was
application
gonna
in.
I was gonna say, are you interested in
yeah.
pursuing another reality TV opportunity
Oh
if the
yeah.
right one fell in your lap?
Yeah. Yeah. So I've said this before. I want my another shot at Survivor. CBS knows that. My casting agent knows that. It's up to them. If they want me back, they know where to find me. There's a history with returning players, like Jeff says. I have unfinished business. So I have a feeling I should get back out there, but at the end of the day, that's not my choice. But yeah, Big Brother, Amazing Race. I got a couple people I've been talking to already, which I can't speak too much about, but yeah, I think this is just kind of the start of my journey, without sounding cocky, but I think there's a lot more coming than just Survivor. So I'm looking forward to it. But to answer your question, Big Brother, uh, absolutely. I think it would be great on the returnee season, just to shake things up a bit in there.
All right, that'd be awesome to see. I could also see you doing like maybe you pitch this. We have a channel here in the States, HGTV, kind of
The
like
challenge?
no, not the challenge.
Oh,
There's a channel, a
oh,
network called HGTV. They do a lot of like construction shows, real
yeah.
estate.
My wife loves that channel.
Maybe
Yeah,
something with the farm, right? You know?
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, there's possibilities are endless. And like I said to this someone, I was having a beer with someone the other day, and I said I'm so lucky to be on Survivor as my first show because you're kind of at the pinnacle, and now people just kind of pick from that tree, right? And there's been a lot of survivors who've done Big Brother, The Traders,
Yeah.
Amazing Race. So I'm just kind of waiting for a phone call from anyone, but until then, I'm just going to be a dad,
Who would
be a
be your
father,
amazing race partner?
my little brother.
All right.
Yeah, so I asked my wife if she'd do it with me, and she said we'd be divorced after the first leg. Like, there's no way I can do it with you. Like, you're too bossy.
I
So,
think this would there'd be a lot of legal issues with this, but I would love to see an Amazing Race season with families. So you got the parents and then a child, because that would
yeah.
add another element of chaos.
Oh
Children of a
yeah.
certain age, obviously, maybe like a teenager or something.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, possibilities are endless. I mean, look at what happened just on season 50 with Mr. Beast coming in. Like, all these shows now are going to try to do something crazy and special. So, I guess we'll see what happens, man. But yeah, I'm open to anything, and we'll see what happens next.
Very nice. All right. So, Jake, in your life or in your career or anything with Survivor, what has been your I'm right moment? So what I mean by that, it's a time or place you want to pursue something. You ask somebody for advice. That person says, Jake, bad idea, not going to work out. Don't do it. And you said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. And in the end, you will see why it is that I'm right about this. And I can tell you, I told you so.
Huh. I don't know. You ask this at the end of all your podcasts?
It's our
Every single
signature
one.
question.
You know I'm right. All right. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's a I'm right thing, but maybe I got chirped about the shoe bandit a little bit, if you remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And everyone was chirping me about it, but I said, I'm like, it made good TV, whether it's negative or positive. People are talking about it. I probably had 90% hate about the shoe bandit, but at the end of the day, it was for the entertainment purpose. So, I'm right. Made good TV. I don't know. Did that answer your question? That was a
Yeah.
hard question,
That's
man.
good.
So Joe,
Uh-uh.
from that answer,
Hold on.
I'm getting from Jake that he's obviously hardworking, he's deeply devoted to the people he cares about, and he seems to be exceptionally analytical. Is that are you picking up those vibes, Joe,
I am.
from Jake? So
Oh, I am.
therefore he's got to be a Virgo, right?
He's absolutely a Virgo. And the question
Yeah, yeah.
is he August or September? You seem like September.
Okay, so you guys actually don't know my birthday because you can just Google it.
I don't know your birthday, but you're definitely a Virgo.
I'm September 6th, Labor Day.
Ah! See, Nick,
That
honestly,
is
Nick,
crazy. You guys,
no, but the
you
thing
swear
is,
to God, you didn't look
I
up my birthday.
I am the astrology person between the two of us.
You and you
But
got to get on with Jeremiah. You guys could talk star signs forever, man. Anyway,
how you
sorry,
got to
go on.
definitely help us make that happen. Yeah, so periodically, especially with like the reality TV people, because a lot of them are super into this stuff. So we for some people we'll do the, oh hey, what's your zodiac sign? What's your birthday? We try to guess the birthday. And then I think over time, because we've now done it at least 50 to 100 times, I think Nick is picking up on certain details in people, and it's making
Oh,
it easier for him to guess. See,
okay.
again,
Well,
if
I
even
have a really high success rate on the guesses, right, Joe? And I got to tell you, I don't know any of this
he
stuff.
has nothing, but he's got really good intuition,
If
Nick, which is
Joe's like,
really,
oh,
Okay.
he's
really
a
good.
fire sign, I'd be like, well, what's the fire signs? And then
Right.
well, I don't, I just
That's crazy, man. I don't know anything about that, so
me
I can't
neither,
even comment on it.
me
But
neither.
yeah, that's amazing that you guessed from
So,
August to
But
Joe, what does
September.
it
also,
mean about being
Good
a
for you.
Virgo? And everyone says Virgo season. What does that? What does that mean?
they're very peculiar, meticulous, analytical, very highly analytical. But there's also an interesting aspect to Virgos. They're very even I would say even more so because I'm a Cancer dude, right? Virgos are like nurturing kind of people. And like that kind of goes back to what you were saying before, where you originally, before you were a corrections officer, you worked in a home and you essentially you wanted to help uh, get these kids back into society. You're all about rehabilitation, right?
Yeah.
And you're all about that caring kind of, giving back element. And that is very much what the sign of Virgo is. They tend to look out for people. A lot of them tend to work in like medical fields and stuff like that. Obviously, that's not you, but in terms of the characteristics, like the basic characteristics of a Virgo, I do think that based on the interview that we did, you exemplify them. So not a bad
Uh,
thing,
Thank you, buddy. I felt like I just got a counseling session. That was awesome. I
right?
was like truly India there. That was good. Thank you.
And another thing too is when we have this discussion with people, I always say it like I study it like a science. What I've noticed is while a lot of it isn't fully true because there are so many intricacies to everybody, somebody could be a sign like me, like a Cancer, or Nick, he's a Gemini, right? He's a great communicator, which is a big characteristic of a Gemini sign. But you could be your sign and not really like be all the qualities of it.
Yeah.
So it's different for everybody. But again, I study it like a science. I study, celebrities and athletes that are out there, and I notice individual patterns and stuff. And again, like Cancer people, Virgos tend to be homely people. So, you're a country boy. You're from Canada. You love working on the farm, right? That's
Mhm.
that's you. And that's always been your lane, and that for the rest of your life, whether you continue to pursue reality TV or not, that'll continue to be your lane.
Yeah.
That's what you
Yeah.
love doing. And
Joe, how
yeah,
about this? I mean, for this podcast right now, we got the big three U.S. holidays: Memorial Day, birthday, 4th of July, and then Jake's Labor Day. So we
Yeah.
got the summer
Crazy.
covered.
that's right.
There we go.
Jake,
Maybe
you ever make your own maple syrup?
No, I don't know. I don't make my own maple syrup, but I do like maple syrup. There's a
Uh,
lot to pick from up here.
is
and
But
there
I've
any
made my own.
is there
what about
anything wait that you grow on your farm that eat, drink?
No, so it's not my farm number one, but it's a family friend. But no, all of our stuff just gets shipped off to China or wherever. Um,
So for
but I mean the
business
lentils. We're
purposes.
doing lentils this year, so I might steal some lentils to make my own lentil soup. We'll try
Okay.
that.
and what
But
about
yeah,
how's the poutine where you
ah, dude, so good. Have you had it?
I think I had it once at a diner here, but it's not the
So
same. Gotta go to
it's
Canada
get
for it.
poutine's getting into like poutine is just your cheese curd, your gravy, and your fries, right? But now it's getting into these like big things where you can have like a buffalo chicken poutine or a nacho poutine or a pulled pork poutine. So there's all these like new things coming around, but you can never go wrong with a poutine, man. They're great. They're so
How
good.
about the ketchup chips?
You not had them? You've never had them?
No, I haven't had ketchup chips.
Boys, I'll send you guys a bag of ketchup chips in the mail, and then you guys got to get on and try them together. All right? You just
Okay.
Fair
send me your
enough.
address. I'll send you a bag of ketchup chips.
I
Fair
appreciate
enough.
that. Thank you.
Sound
Appreciate
good?
that.
They're
Yeah,
Oh
good though.
yeah.
All right. You got to record it though. You got to record it. I want
absolutely.
your reaction.
It'll be on Instagram.
Yeah.
We'll definitely we'll promote it and we'll do all that fun stuff for you.
Let's do it, buddy. Let's do it.
You got to let us know the next time you're in New York.
I
I don't
will. I
know.
will.
How about in the United States?
In the
I
Joe's a
United
will for
first
States
sure.
time.
first, right?
I will for sure. Yeah, no plans as of now. I'm guessing for the premiere, 51. I might be down. It's right during harvest though, but I might be down in New York again because I think
I
that's where they're having
think
it.
I think you guys should go to a New York Rangers Toronto Maple Leafs game in Toronto.
That would be good.
That's a good
In
idea.
MSG, I've never been in MSG.
Oh,
Joe,
you're in
well,
luck.
Joe's never been to Toronto, so
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say you come to MSG, that'd be fun. If we go to Toronto, I've never been to Toronto, never been to
We'll we'll
Canada, never been to the
we'll
Hockey
catch up
Hall of
and
Fame.
we'll catch up in person, boys, for
Hockey
sure.
Hall of Fame. That
We'll make it happen.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
We appreciate your time. We
Thank you,
had a
buddy.
lot of fun doing this with you, Jake. Can't wait to see you in person. Gotta get. I'm already toned to begin with, but you got to get my ass a little more into shape. We'll have fun. We'll go to a hockey game together.
Let's do
Uh,
it, man.
but if there's anything else you would personally like to share on top of everything else that you already talked about, by all means, go ahead. And one last thing is, where can we find you on social media?
Yeah, no, nothing I want to share. That was a great podcast, guys. I love doing these things, especially getting different views and opinions and stuff like that. So that was a lot of fun. My Instagram's my number one. It's Jake Latimer 66. And I have TikTok too. I think it's the official shoe bandit or something. I don't really use TikTok too much, but Jake Latimer 66 is where you can find me. But guys, thank you so much. A lot of fun. Thanks for squeezing me in. And yeah, I can't wait to catch up with you guys and have some poutine and ketchup chips.
all right, let's go, Pats. That's gonna do it here for this episode of You Know I'm Right for our special guest, Jake, my co-host Joe. I'm Nick, and this has been You Know I'm Right.